Hello again and welcome to Infinite Transcendence, and today I want to talk about risk management. A big part of wealth, of course, is risk. You want something in life, you're going to have to take some risks. Very few risk-free things, if any. Bottom line comes down with success and building wealth is how you manage your risk, how you see risk, how you handle risk, how you take risks. And that's a major part of becoming successful, because you want to get out of your comfort zone and do things you're not used to doing to get ahead, but there's always a chance that you could fail and get hurt. The difference is the way you handle a risk. A poverty mindset of risk is, you only live once. Who cares? Life's short. Why plan for tomorrow? Just do reckless things. Get out, drink and drive, have unprotected sex with random partners. Just do whatever. Hey, it feels good at the moment. Do it. A wealth mindset is, you only live once. Make the most out of your life. Take calculated, intelligent risks. You assess your risk reward. You look at the upsides and the downsides. You realize, hey, the downside isn't that bad. If I get rejected out here, no, or if I get a financial setback, it's worth it in the long run to take that risk in the short run. Because as a person who wants to build wealth and success in anything, you want to be up there at the bat taking swings. And that's how you maximize your wealth potential. So we're going to dive into that a bit. So again, the different approaches to risk is how the person who has a wealth mindset and a poverty mindset assesses their risk. Person, for instance, say you like a girl, you want to talk to her, which a lot of guys have to deal with. How do you do it? You think to yourself, well, a person who wants to get out there and get it done thinks, well, if I don't try, I'll have nothing. And what's the worst that's going to happen? She'll say no, or she has a boyfriend, you move on. Maybe you feel a bit down, or after you do it enough, you may not feel down, or maybe you feel a little bit down, and then you get over it sooner or later. But then eventually you get out there and succeed. Whereas a lot of guys figure, well, hey, she might say no, why ever bother? The person who's a big risk taker might just do whatever. So you want to think of it that way. You want to look at your upside potential versus your downside potential. If your downside potential is just, slightly hurt feelings, maybe a small setback, it doesn't lead to death, it's not going to be life and death, you're not going to get hurt really bad or lose a limb, then hey, maybe you should take that risk if you feel the risk rewarding. Like, getting a DUI because you want to save a few dollars on a cab fare home or whatever. That's a huge risk, because not only do you ruin your life, you could ruin somebody else's life. You get a huge fine, and you could be thrown in jail. That would be a poor risk, or having lots of unprotected sex. You get STDs, you can impregnate somebody, who knows? So you want to always look at how you plan your risk assessment, and you want to take a risk in an educated way. You want to research, you want to look up what you're trying to do. You want to get as much information as you can without being a perfectionist, and you want to get up there and start trying. And you want to, not only that, but you want to cushion yourself from risk. You want to always have an emergency fund or money put away to help cushion yourself when a risk happens. Now, when you're first starting out, like me, I didn't have an emergency fund. I had to start off from scratch. I had to take a lot of loans. I had to take a big risk. But I looked at, I don't want to be at a job I hate. I don't want to do something I hate. I don't want to live a life of mediocrity. So I took that risk. I got out there and tried it, and I don't regret it. And now I'm doing it again. I'm starting out something new. I'm doing something different. What's the worst that could happen? I could start this site. It could fail. It could get nothing. And I'm out of some money. Not even really a whole lot of money, but I could be out of some money and time. Or I could just do nothing and be where I'm at now, where I want more freedom, but I don't have the freedom I desire. So that's another example. A person has an impoverished mindset. A person has an average mindset, or like a normal middle class mindset. Their approach to taking risk is don't take risk. Play it safe. Cushion yourself. Plan for the future. Do it in the long haul. Even if I retire at 70, don't retire at 30 or 25. Retire at 70. It's not worth the risk. Things could happen, but in reality, if you look at it, you're taking a big risk. That's almost like doing nothing at all, because you end up not getting anything. In this case, you could take a zero risk, and what happens if the market fails, or if you lose your job, or if something happens? You have to start all over again. So you're actually in some ways taking the biggest risk of all. It's just a safer approach in the short run, but in the long run, you're hurting yourself. Same thing with the other approach to risk, which is just do it. Just don't think about it. Rack up lots of debt. Live in the moment. That attitude hurts you. It feels good in the moment, but it kills you in the short run. In the long run, whereas a person who's wealthy, they think of long-term gratification versus short-term gratification. You sacrifice now. You take those risks. You get up to the bat and swing and make some mistakes. And then you succeed eventually, and then you have big success. You retire at 30 and have lots of wealth and options, because you want to have both. People who are poor have an abundance of time, usually, depending on, like, they have government assistance, or they're homeless. They have time, they have no options. Whereas some people, they work a lot and they have money but no time. You want to have options. You want freedom of money and time. And to do that, you're going to have to get out and live an unconventional way. You can't trade time for money and expect to have a lot of freedom, unless you make such a huge amount of money in such a short time that you could never have to work again, which very rarely happens. So I think one of the biggest problems society teaches you risk avoidance. Society teaches you not to make mistakes, not to make risks. Risks are dumb. You want to fail. You fail, you look stupid. You fail, you look bad. You want to get a good grade, not a bad grade. Think inside the box. Don't do risky things. Society tells you to think inside the crowd, but you need to get out there and take a risk. Risk taking is a healthy part of succeeding in life, and it tells you in a marketplace, it tells you what works and what doesn't work. Failure is what tells you, it steers you in the right direction. If you come up with a product, if I make this site and I go from having some views to no views. Let's say I change something about it, and I go from having a lot of views to having 0 views. I might want to change it back. Let's say I cater this website to old women who are 50 plus. Probably not going to reach that group. But if I did it and then I found out my views dropped down 70%, I would say, hey, I need to stop doing this. This isn't working. That's what taking a risk is about. You look at what works, what doesn't work. You tweak your approach. You tweak your way of doing things. If you don't take any risk and make mistakes, you have no foundation to adjust anything on to learn from it. You're just kind of playing it safe and not doing anything. You don't learn. You don't make opportunities for yourself. You don't get that learning experience and that growth. And the way you get growth in life and the way you definitely succeed in life is you definitely want to be taking regular risks and get out of your comfort zone. So what do? Do you get out of your comfort zone? Do you take risks on a regular basis? What kind of risks are you taking? Do you think you should take more? Comment in a video or the article. Like and subscribe for new and amazing content, and transcend infinitely.